Good evening, everyone at rantfinance.com, and welcome to another edition of Dino's Tech Picks. Tonight is July 19th, about 9:50 p.m. Eastern. Looking at the minis, and we'll look at a couple other things as well again. Had another kind of OPEX-y type day, a little bit of wish-wash, moving around. Last night I talked about how we were kind of drifting up here after this big long uh, candle yesterday, and figured we'd have a little bit of downdraft, nothing major. I thought a minimum we'd come down and tap this horizontal support at 1365, and that's pretty much what we did. Um, I blogged that this morning on the update. But I also thought, in my mind, I was thinking 1360, but I thought 1365 at a minimum. Really, I figured we'd get down here to get rid of some of these overbought conditions. Um, this is just a 4-hour time frame. Daily is, that's a whole different picture as far as being overbought. We're kind of close to it, but we're kind of still okay. Nothing to be alarmed about there, but my luck has always been on a 4-hour time frame with the minis, so I sometimes veer from that time frame, but I always come back to it because this gives me the best vision of what's going on. But anyway, so we kind of ended up making a little diamond pattern here. Um, I am not a big diamond pattern person, so I posted a separate thread on Rant Finance about it. And if anyone out there has an opinion on these diamond patterns, if you want to chime in on the blog or chime in at Rant Finance, please do so. I know they're a rare pattern. Oscar plays with them. Clinton from Rant Finance had responded that he thought they were continuation patterns. I don't play them, but it looks like a pretty well formed pattern, especially if you go into the a more granular view. We got some pretty good touches there, but at the same time, I don't know if it's supposed to break kind of like an 80% rule, like on a triangle or at the apex or what. But anyway, it's there. um, and just wanted to point that out. But in any case, where do we go from here? Well, we're kind of back in this inner up channel, which again is really no alarm from a technical standpoint because it's an up channel. We could come down and tap the bottom of this channel. The bigger up channel is still intact. That's way down here in the 1320, 1330 area. I don't foresee us getting there tomorrow for OPEX. Usually OPEX Fridays are a relatively flat day, so I'm not expecting too much movement. But there are some things that are kind of concerning me. One of which was SPY today. Brazen at Rant Finance had pointed out a pattern that he was looking at on SPY, 5 minutes, and it was a head and shoulders pattern here, and I couldn't watch for a good portion of this afternoon. And when I came back, I seen that Brazen had mentioned this, so I pulled it up and I said, "Yep, that's a nice one there." It wasn't a very big target. I think the target was 137.18, something like that, somewhere down here. But I had seen it broke the neckline, not on big volume though. Usually you want to see some volume, but it did come back and back test. So I was kind of in this time frame here thinking, oh, it back tested. And it was a successful back test. I'm gonna hop on here and just ride this down for a scalp, and then boom, it broke even after the confirmation. That's rare, but it is OPEX, and it just seemed, and this is just a hunch, it just seemed like the powers that be are kind of holding this thing up a little bit to unload some positions or something. I'm still bullish long term. Again, I've said as long as this channel is holding here, but I keep getting the feeling we're kind of due for a break here a little bit. Kind of cool the engines, just a tad, not a ton, but a tad. And then if we get too far down here, and then we'll start thinking about another buy spot. But we got a couple things that we could do here. We can always come back down and test the bottom of this channel. We can test the green line. We can test the bottom of this channel, and then we got some horizontal supports in there as well. But again, that's just a hunch. Technically, we're still okay, bullish from a bullish perspective. But the hunch is that we're going to get a little relief here. Maybe starting tomorrow. I doubt it. Again, I think it's relatively flat, but maybe next week. Something like that. So taking a look at the NASDAQ and the Dow, again, nothing's really changed here. NASDAQ can run up a little bit more before it taps the top of this channel. Beautiful channel, running very clean. The Dow, kind of the same thing. It's got some room to run. These are daily views, and again, going back to the S&P minis, looking at a daily view, not as clean because of all the lines that I have drawn here, but again, looking at the daily, we got some room to run here as well. Again, we're kind of running a little hot, but doesn't mean we can't keep going up, that's for sure. So if you're short, I would be nimble. Especially the way things are going. Remember, the VIX is down as well. Where the VIX isn't in the 20s anymore. It's hovering at between 15 and 16. So, we just got to be aware of that. So, so that's what we're looking at tonight. I'm just kind of watching this and looking for a drift down, and we'll check back in the morning. And I'll have an update, and we'll see if we get some clues for tomorrow's trading. Thank you.